If you are constantly forgetting tests and always losing a homework assignments and just struggling with organization overall, well, you're gonna love this video because I'm gonna talk about 3 practical organization tips you can use to spend less time figuring out what you need to do and more time actually doing it. Hey, it's Asia here and welcome back to The Purpose of Prep, your one-stop shop for everything study skills, college admissions, and SAT prep. And staying organized in high school can be stressful. You have 6 to 8 classes, you're prepping for college, studying for the SAT, you have sports, clubs, organizations, need I say more? It's a lot to manage. And the #1 killer for most college students is actually time management because they lack the organizational skills they need to manage their own time and all of the events that they have to attend. So the best thing you can do right now in high school is to develop the organizational tips that you need so that it won't affect you later on in your education. And these tips are targeted towards high schoolers, but they're actually beneficial to all stages of life. I'm currently a grad student and I still do all 3 of these things to ensure that I'm always staying organized and knowing what I need to do every single day. So let's get to the first tip. The first thing I recommend is to limit where you take in information. Now, if you're confused about what I mean by this, if you take a look at your desk or wherever you do your homework, or maybe even your backpack, you'll notice that there's a lot of things in there, like sticky notes, journals, 2 different agendas, a notebook, maybe online you have 2 to 3 emails, and the list goes on. These are all things that you use to take in information. Maybe you wrote a note that you have a meeting at 6 o'clock today, or maybe you have something in your email that's telling you that when you have your next test. These are all places that you take in information, and you have too many. I'll tell you that right now. You have way too many, and that is why you're struggling with staying organized. You have too many journals and sticky notes and things lying everywhere that are telling you where to be. And I actually recommend that you limit it to 3 places where you take in information. For example, I personally have only 2. And the 2 that I use is my Google Calendar and my agenda. My Google Calendar I use for all events and reminders. So if I have a certain event that I need to attend, it goes in the exact time that it starts for that day so I know what I'm doing throughout my day. Any reminders I put at the top of Google Calendar so that I know that I have certain things I need to remember throughout the day that are not actually time sensitive. And then I use my agenda for actual tasks, so things that I need to get done for today. So I write that all down from top to bottom, with the top 3 being the most important things I need to get done. And anything that doesn't get finished gets moved on to the next day. These are the only 2 places I take in information so that I make sure that I'm not losing or misplacing certain events or reminders. Now, the second tip that I recommend that you do to stay organized is to use an online calendar. Now, if you're like me, I love the old school method of writing things down in a journal, writing things down on a physical calendar, reading physical books. I love that. But I also know in terms of organization that using an online calendar is better, and let me explain why. The reason why is because an agenda can be left at home. It can be forgotten in class, but your phone is something that you're constantly checking and always making sure that you have with you. And that is why I recommend using an online calendar. A calendar like Google Calendar is always on your phone, so you can always access what you need to do for the day without worrying about if you left your agenda in physics class. And even if you did forget your phone, the best thing is it's on the internet. So all you have to do is borrow a device from a friend, or if you're at school, go to the public library and you can take a glance at your calendar there. So it is always with you. Now, my final tip for you is to clean out your email. Now, I know a lot of you may have just flinched at that tip, but it is very important that your inbox is completely cleared out, because it's very hard to find that email that Miss Thompson sent you about when the next test is if it's drowned under promotions and other emails from teachers and whatever else is going on in your inbox. So make sure it's cleared out. Now, this task can be very daunting, but what I recommend you do is find a day to do this one time. So maybe you just take one Friday or one Thursday or whatever day is free for you and go email by email, delete what's not important, and anything that is important, resolve it so that you can delete that email and get your inbox to 0. This will give you a fresh start in terms of keeping your inbox clean. clean. Now, once you've done this and your inbox is at 0, you want to set a time every single day, or at least Monday through Friday, to clear your inbox. And now this doesn't have to be a lot of time. Remember, now you're at 0. So you can set 5 to 10 minutes every morning, or maybe you prefer to do it in the evening, to clear out your inbox. Get rid of any promotions, read all the emails for newsletters that you're part of and delete them. Anything that's important in that email, don't keep the email because it's important. Write it down in your Google Calendar or agenda, whatever it is you need to remember, and then delete the email. This will keep your email clean and simple when you don't use it as a reference system. Once again, your email is not a reference system. It is not a place you take in information. So you do not want to keep emails there just because you want to remember something from it. If there's something important in an email, just make sure to add it to your Google Calendar or your agenda or whatever information system you decide to use. Comment down below which one of these tips resonated with you the most. And if you like this video, make sure to comment down below. Tell me how you enjoyed it. Tell me what content you want to see more. Make sure to click the like button and click the subscribe button so you can support the Purpose of Prep channel, where we make college prep, SAT prep, and study skill informational videos. And I'm so excited to bring more content to you all, and I'll see you in the next video.